So just to show you that we don't discriminate against the roadies, here's 5 maintenance tips for you guys. Let's get on topic.
But we should.
Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona. And you're watching another great episode of Toolbox Topic as I try to contain my jovial laughter. It's what you guys don't see that we don't show you on camera that should give you guys pause. Anyways, it's another great episode of Toolbox Topic. I'm here once again at the Trek Bike Stores of West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona, because it's where the cool kids hang out, and me. And I'm joined by, once again, by my co-host, Brandon Van Leeuwen. Brandon, how the hell are you, my friend?
All right, man.
Yeah.
A little stuffy today.
A little stuffy today?
A little tired, a little stuffy.
Been a good week?
So far, it's all right.
So far?
It's all right.
Okay, good.
Can't complain.
And guys, I'm super excited because my good friend Mike Smith is sitting in the background. You can't see him, but he's back there. And so I'm happy to see him because it's not often I get a chance to actually chat with him. So it's going to be a good morning. And really quick, for all those who commented and left your feedback on the last video, the maintenance tips for the mountain biking, really, really appreciate that. It's one of the reasons, the main reason why we do these videos is for you guys. So when we know we've hit the mark, it makes us feel good. So thank you very much for that feedback. Keep it coming. So Brandon, today, he's a roadie and he likes to talk smack about the roadies. I mean, I talk smack about the roadies too, and I ride on the road, but
well, I'm allowed
this
to.
Guy's the worst.
I know.
Him and his white seats.
I can look in the mirror. I'm all right.
Are you going to sing Michael Jackson? I'm stuck with the man in the mirror.
I won't go that far, but
he never does.
I'm very aware. Let's put it that way.
Very aware.
I'm self-aware.
Okay. Hey, that's good. You know, he's like AI. I am. All right, enough of that. Let's get started.
All right.
It'll
wanted to know
plenty of time for comic relief
the
later.
5 most issues we see on the road.
5 most common issues you see here in the shop with not roadies, but their bikes, because there's a laundry list of stuff with the roadies. Right. Well, but just the bikes.
True enough.
Just the bikes.
All right, number one. Flat tires.
Okay.
So we are not tubeless most of the time, or a lot of the time.
Right.
Not as
we're talking to you, Obi-Wan.
Not as predominantly as we are on the mountain bikes. So what we see a lot, people are coming in with flat tires.
Okay.
And road bikes, they're a little tougher to change than mountain bikes are. So I think people would rather come in, have us do it. The way to combat that would be, so we live in tough conditions here.
Yeah.
Talking about Arizona once again.
Everything wants to stab you or eat you.
Everything wants to stab you or eat you or bite you. And if you notice, I tell everybody, people are, but I'm just riding on the streets. It doesn't matter. You ever go and see what the landscapers do? They chop all that stuff down, and what do?
Blow it out.
Blow it out into the street, and that's where we're riding. So that's where we're going to pick up the goat heads. We're going to pick up the thorns, all this stuff, and not to mention all the
Starbucks cups.
Well, they don't cause flats.
They do.
Much. All right.
They're evil.
But another thing that we see a lot here is, and my theory is, it's steel belting from the tires because their tires get shredded up so quickly here. There's a very thin wire and metal that'll go right through these tires.
It looks just like needles. I've pulled a couple out of my mountain biking tires.
So we have a lot of that here as well. So just because you're riding on the road doesn't mean you're going to not going to get flats. You're probably going to get more flats riding in the road. We explain this to people every day. So to combat this, this is the best protection we can offer, especially if you're near the area of the gator skin.
Oh yeah, I love the gator skins.
It's a good combination of good ride quality and also good protection. You're still going to get flats, I promise.
Yeah.
But this is the thing we see the most. And
go tubeless.
And maybe we need to do another segment again on how to change a road tire. Oh yeah,
those are all coming up, guys. It's serious.
Because I think, again, people bring it in here. They don't want to do it their damn self because they can be hard to do.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt sometimes.
Put on
absolutely.
Sometimes. So that's number 1.
All right, number 1. Number 2.
What do I got? Number 2, I got, same thing along the lines of tires.
Okay.
They may not get a flat tire, but because of all the crap in the roads here, they probably have a damaged tire. Okay. So they'll bring it in here with a slash or a bulging sidewall because they've run over something. There's even rocks in the road. You're going to shoot that rock out the side, and that's going to hit your sidewall. Okay. So then you'll see like a bulging sidewall. Okay. And so even though the tire is not flat or
it's damaged.
It's damaged, and it's time for a new tire again.
Absolutely. Gator skins.
Go back to the gator skins. Yep. This is what we've seen to be the best protection we can offer you. So that's the second thing we see a lot of.
It's kind of like back in the day, before there was Trojan latex, it was called the bear skin. Okay, seriously. All right. The best protection you could have back then, and gator skins is the best protection you can have now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon doesn't know what to say. He never does. All right. So, bulging disc.
Bulging disc.
Bulging tire sidewall. All right. That's number 2.
That's number 2.
All right. Number 3.
For number 3. Now, this was number 1 on the mountain bike.
Right.
I have it as number 3 on the road bike, and that's shifting issues in the drivetrain.
Okay.
And that can come from, once again, people bumping the derailleur hanger. We talked about that on the mountain bike.
We did.
The derailleur hanger doesn't take much. It's meant to bend. It's meant to break.
You know what doesn't take much? Hitting like, subscribe. Yeah, that's right. Bell notification icon. Jinx. Finch Pokey, owe me a Coke. Because it helps out the channel, guys. And as you can see, we need all the help we can get. So, shifting issues.
Oh, you're done.
Bump derailleur. Right. Nope, keep going. Bumping the derailleur and everything like that. Yep.
Yep, and then also just normal settling cable settling as well. Now we are seeing a little bit less of this now that we see more wireless and more Di2,
and that was
which is
be
wired, but it's electronic.
Right.
So typically those are set and forget items unless you do bump it on the hanger or something like that.
Now with the SRAM, it's pretty cut and dry, and I've used the SRAM wireless for a while. You guys know this. I haven't used the Di2 shifting. I don't know why, I'm just kind of anti, like I want to light that on fire type thing. My boy Obi-Wan's had a couple issues with his. We should do a maintenance video on that because it seems like it can be a bit finicky and there's some items that people should know.
The Di2?
Yeah, the Di2. So.
All right.
Yeah.
There are some things about that with the setup that could be...
yeah, we'll just do like a full walkthrough. Yeah, okay. I think you guys would appreciate it. So, and it gives us a chance to make another video. So
yep.
So the shifting, so we have
normal shifting
cable settling, the housing and everything like that. Now, is there any more complexity because we have it integrated into the levers? That STI shifting is what we used to call it versus the mountain biking shifting where it's separated?
Sort of. I think that's my number 5.
Okay, so we're getting there. I'm jumping the gun. We're getting there. All right, so that was number 3. We've got shifting issues. Right. Okay. Number 4.
What do we have for 4? I have...
just the fact that you're a roadie. No.
This is coming up. So... kind of spinning off of the shifting issues.
Right.
The shifting issues, they come in for that, but then we find that their chain is shot. So,
okay.
You know, these bikes, you get a lot of miles on a road bike.
Really quick.
Very quickly. They take a lot of miles.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of those miles, especially here, are in the same gear. We don't shift a ton here.
We're kind of flat.
We're pretty flat, and then we're using this pretty much the same gear combinations most of the time, where you can actually tell what people's favorite gear is because that chain is worn out and that
it's worse than Google following
is worn out. So a way to combat this now would be, so to save you some money,
I thought you were going to grab the gator skins again.
No. The best protection I can offer. So think about
the chain checker.
The chain checker. Yep. So this one is specific. It does all chains, but this is the one that you need if you have flat top SRAM chains.
Okay.
This is the new chain checker, but they come in a few different versions.
Okay.
This thing, I always say, this stupid $13, $15 piece of metal
save you money in the long run.
Hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the long run. Think about a
Better than Geico Insurance.
Yeah. Think about a Dura Ace cassette. It's like over $300. Right. Or a SRAM Red cassette, over $300 for that. So have one of these at home. It's just check it every once in a while. 50%, you're still doing okay. 75% or 70%, it's time for a new chain. Don't even gawk at the $60 chain because it's going to save you money in the long run.
$240.
That's probably another thing that we see quite a bit, and it still shocks people to this day. Both like, oh, my chain's worn out. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Chain's smoked. And, oh, and I got to pay $300 to get a new,
plus labor,
all new stuff. Yeah, plus all that. So
yeah. And if you're like me, they charge me asshole tax. Remember this, guys. I don't get a break here. Okay. I'm surprised they've put up with me for as long as they have, not just as a customer, but doing the YouTube thing too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What are you gonna do? So the chain checker.
Just buy one of these. Yeah. It's so cheap and so easy to use.
And we're gonna do a video on common tools you should have for the road bike and for the mountain bike for generalized maintenance. So coming up too. Got a lot of great stuff coming up in 2024. Brandon's gonna grow his mustache back. We're gonna get the village people back together again. No.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, number 5.
Number 5. I think now that we have all these disc brakes, this one's my mechanical disc brake, so it's very easy on the maintenance.
Right.
But I'm seeing a lot of disc brake bleeds. I don't know what's happening with it. They're kind of finicky. These new disc brakes, both SRAM, Shimano more.
Okay.
Shimano's kind of, I don't know.
High
I'll
maintenance.
just stop. I just see a lot more Shimano disc brakes coming in for bleeds.
Just think blonde hair, collagen, big boobs, high maintenance.
And sometimes
that's Shimano.
And sometimes it's just brake pad replacement, because for some reason a lot of our roadies out there, they like to feather the, you know, be on the brakes pretty hard. So we change a lot of brake pads. Sometimes it's not disc brake bleeds, but a lot of times we do have to go in there and bleed the system. My theory, and I'm going back to theories again, my theory is that the shifter itself, what's ever going on in there, it's too complex. There's too many little nooks and crannies and stuff for air to develop, or I don't know.
It's something.
But we end up doing a lot of disc brake bleeds on the hydraulic systems. So
now, would you say that's symptomatic of the evolution, and at some point that will change?
I'm hoping so.
And prediction, how long do you think it is before we have wireless brakes?
Man, we were just talking about this the other day. I don't know how difficult it would be, because everybody's so concerned with modulation, which is once they engage, how much pressure can I put on that disc once they engage and have a good feel to it.
Not to mention what happens if that system fails, and what's your fail-safe for wireless as far as that goes.
So I don't know how far off we can be on that. That's hard to say.
Okay, so now when we're talking road bike though, do you think for now, maybe it's better to have mechanical disc than it is hydraulic disc?
No.
Okay. So we're still going to say hydraulic's better.
I struggle with that, because I love mechanical disc brakes, because the maintenance is just nothing. And they're so easy to work on, so easy to adjust. They're inexpensive to own, but nothing feels better than a good hydraulic disc brake when it's hitting hard.
Oh, yeah. It's like warm apple pie.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So, and we'll elaborate on the differences between hydraulic and mechanical for the road bikes and maintenance and stuff like that again in a future video. But this is just one of those things. So the disc. Now, really quick, I'm sure, you know, you go to brake, it's mushy, maybe a little bit of howling from the disc pad area. These are all telltale signs that you need to bring it in for that maintenance.
Right, because typically if the disc and rotor are making noise under pressure, then that means they're losing their effectiveness too. They're losing power typically. So yeah, it's time to get something done.
All right, there you have it. All right, the bonus.
A bonus. So this is kind of far off, but we do see this quite a bit. And because we have so many people that don't live here year-round, the road bike sits in the garage all summer long.
Sits in the heat.
So typically September, October comes around, and people are coming around with their road bike, and their shifters don't work.
Okay.
There's no engagement. There's no, nothing's happening. It's just, it's just free.
Now, you said before it has to do with the lubricant crystallizing and not being able to work.
Yeah, they typically don't use that. We call it Shimano snot.
Okay.
And that's a Shimano stuff that they just kind of squirt in there from the factory. It's all right, but it doesn't last. I mean, here especially, this stuff doesn't last long. So what we see, we have to go in there and kind of lubricate the insides. So if anyone's ever taken apart an STI shifter, you probably never get them back together again. So we've tried. Well, we can fix this. Nope.
Yeah.
Turns out, like, oh God, I got 1,000 parts in my hand.
Right.
Tiny springs, tiny pawls, very small parts, and they all need lubrication. So typically, what we have to do, we kind of take the hood off, lubricate it, clean it out, flush it out with some clean streak as best as we can, and then re-lubricate it.
Okay.
And I would say probably 99 out of 100 times they come back okay.
Okay, good.
But there is that one time when they don't want to come
just
back.
Not happening.
And buying a new set of shifters is not fun.
Okay.
Especially these days.
Store your bike inside, guys. If you're a snowbird, store it inside and not the garage.
That would definitely help, being inside in some better conditions. But also, those shifters that we do see coming in, they're older shifters too. Typically those 9 speeds, 10 speeds.
Okay.
And they're already kind of old. They're already kind of getting worn out. We don't see that happening with the newer brakes. We'll probably see that down the road.
Down the road,
of course,
yeah.
But
several years from now.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keeping them inside would definitely help. Actually, they'll give you kind of a little bit of a, shifters will speak to you before it starts happening.
Right.
You might be like, oh, I missed a shift, and then the shift's great for the rest of the ride. That's kind of telling you something that, you know, we need to get in there and start.
Help.
Yeah, exactly. They're letting you know. They're giving you some foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Once you feel something a little weird going on inside there, whether it's a missed shift or it's not engaging, yeah, it's time to come in and get them flushed out before before you lose it completely. So.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you have it, guys. 5 + 1 = 6 tips for you roadies on some of the most common maintenance issues that we see, or I should say Brandon sees here at Trek Bicycle Store of West Phoenix. Now, we're going to have a video a week from now that's going to be 5 more maintenance things for the mountain bikes.
5 more?
5 more. 5 more. I'm going to make him come up with 5 more. I may make up a couple just so we can have a total of 5. So you don't want to miss that video, I tell you, because you never know what's going to come out of our mouth. That's freaking awesome. So what do we say at this point? Like, subscribe, bell notification icon. Why? Because it helps out the video, helps out the channel, and it's a great way to show your support. There's going to be some links down below. Trek Bicycle Store, Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix is going to be the most important one, in my opinion. Have any questions about today's video? Obviously, you can comment and we'll answer those. But if you want to call the shop, follow that link. Brandon and his crew are amazing. I tell you this, guys, all the time. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the devil's work, but it's necessary to get the word out there for Get Out Arizona, group rides, group hikes. It's a whole lot of fun, guys, so show us some love on our other social media platforms. And the other links are affiliate links. Now, if you make a qualifying purchase from one of those links, you won't be charged anything extra, but it helps us out with a small commission, and that goes towards gas money, park passes, and coffee money, the other trifecta we enjoy so much around here. So, my friends, seriously, you know it. Say it loud, say it proud. Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards on that trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Get Out Arizona?
Yeah, right? It's amazing what you can do with a little practice. And we'll see you on that next adventure. Take care, everybody. Brandon, we'll see you next week, man.